That's not correct. Let's fix that scoreline. The scoreline is 1-0 for Throw. There we go. Throw wins this game. They move on to next weekend. Surrey wins this game. We got to play one more. Both teams are exhausted. They've been going for a long time today, ladies and gentlemen. But possibly the last game. Surrey, Marceau, Harugamo, Marceau, Des Moines, Venezia, Petro, St. Vincent, and Kremlin. For the side of Throw, Marceau, Ragnar, Daring, Gearing, Napoli, Moskva, Des Moines, St. Vincent, and Ohio. Gonna be quite interested to see this one, ladies and gentlemen. All on the line. All on the line for these teams. Now, as I look at Surrey, Marceau, Petro, Venezia, Kremlin. Haven't seen a lot of Venezias, but Venezia is a really strong ship against DDs. And with a 4 DD comp, if it hits, that sap will absolutely devastate Throw's DDs. But they're all moving up to A. They're sending the Marceau, Des Moines, Harugamo, and St. Vincent down to C. So I expect to see them trying to get these Des Moines down to this island right here. The reason you want to get the Des Moines down here is because they sit behind that island. They can do a lot of work, and they're well protected. For the side of Throw, Marceau is going to beat everything else down there except for the other Marceau, but he's got to be careful because he's going to run into that buzzsaw. Gearing, Des Moines, Vincent, probably going to try to get the Des Moines down there, and Moscow is going to sit here. This position, ladies and gentlemen, I have very mixed feelings about. I see a lot of ships sit there, but if you lose any amount of control over C, this ship right here dies. Daring and Ragnar into B, nothing there to spot them. Throw going to take that cap, and then the question becomes, how much do they, how much time do they spend there? And so we'll keep an eye, see how much time they spend there, ladies and gentlemen. Because if they sit there for a while, this will give a big advantage to the side of Surrey. So far they haven't, though, and now we see the team moving down to C. Ragnar looks like he's going to execute down first, and so early advantage will go to the team of Throw. Early advantage will go to the team of Throw. They're going to have one cap, and they're going to take the second cap. And so that, ladies and gentlemen, because Jubesy got it first, and now here come the shells. Early advantage to Fox Echo. He's got the guns going first. Big first hit, almost 3,000. Big second hit, almost got him over 5,000 health. But here come the shots back onto Fox Echo. Can they return any accurate fire onto him? Shells just missing. Fox Echo takes that trade, but Throw gets the cap. And so it's a 2-cap-to-1 lead and a 30-point and climbing lead for the side of Throw. Throw is down 27,000 health, though, so we got to keep an eye on that. And the St. Vincent of Cath takes the first hit. He gets a little bit of fire. Nothing major, but here we go. So now it becomes the quest for this island. Harugamo is going to smoke that Des Moines down. The other Des Moines cut off, so it's not both. Des Moines of Gearing is going to get the Gearing is going to get Demon Slayer most of the way to the islands. I don't know if they're going to actually try to get him the rest of the way, though the St. Vincent of Cath taking a lot of damage early on. Going to expect to see that first heal coming out soon. Kremlin moving into B. So the points lead will hold steady at 50 points, but the Kremlin being in B, that's a bold strategy. Now, if you're going to put at any ship in B, being able to shove a Kremlin onto the Dorito chip, as I call it right here, isn't a bad choice. It's not a bad choice at all. But it's certainly not something I usually expect to see a heavy cruiser there, not a battleship getting shoved in there. So we'll have to keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen, because that is big. Now, Master Joris. Getting a little bit of damage there. Not a ton, but he is taking some serious damage. That made no sense. Not a ton of damage, but it is going to be serious if he continues to take damage, pardon me. It's what 5 hours plus of casting at this point will do to you. Focus comes onto him. He's trying to get up. He does spot the daring. He'll force the daring out, which will allow the side of Suri to start to increase their lead. But the Petro sitting there is just absolute food for the Ragnar. Oh! And remember when I talked about this spot I'm not a big fan of? Yeah, that's why. Kutuzov, dead. Pushes out, Des Moines kills him, and now Throw is down a ship, ladies and gentlemen. Marceau of Jubsy getting hurt quite a lot, and Fox Echo holding a 7,000 health lead. This is going very wrong very fast for Throw. It's going very wrong very fast for Throw. Jubsy gets out, takes a little bit more damage down to 7,000, but now Suri is in the driver's seat. They have a 70,000 health lead, they have a 60-point lead, and they're taking all 3 caps. We can see the desperation push starting to come up here, and uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, watch out, here comes a Marceau. The Ohio will see the Marceau, but that's a full health Marceau, ladies and gentlemen. The most the Ohio can hope to do is probably take out part of him with him. But yeah, the Ohio now knows there's a Marceau that's looking at coming forward. Gets a big chunk on the Kremlin's nose, 15k off of the Kremlin. But until the Daring and Ragnar get up there, and they need to get up there fast, that Marceau can come around that corner and just delete that Ohio. And here comes the Marceau. Daring ready to open up shots. Ragnar in position. It's going to be a question of can the Marceau get the angle. Shots out on the Marceau. Marceau at 20,000. Marceau drops both sets of torps. Killer Bin looks like he's going to go down, ladies and gentlemen. Will he manage to live? He gets a big hit on the Marceau, but that set of torps was beautifully placed. And he is gone. And now the Marceau tries to get away, but he will be taken out. But he will take that trade any day of the week. 140,000 health lead and a ship lead for the side of SURI4. And with losing that Moskva, I mean, I have to go back to that, ladies and gentlemen. Every game I have watched on Tears of the Desert, the ship here will die no matter what. This ship just dies. It doesn't matter what team, if they're better or worse, if they have a stronghold, this ship always dies somehow. I don't think it's a good position. But that's just me personally. Daring of Ginger Ninja has now been spotted. He's going to sit there. The Kremlin is being spotted as well. Daring manages to get dark. Interested to see if we'll see the Daring try to make a play at some point. But with the Petrov, Master Joris, and the Venezia coming down, that does not seem like a great thought. There have been some phenomenal games today, though, chat. I mean, it's just been impressive watching EU. Now, watch. Here's what I think's about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're about to see the Daring. He's got the torps. He's going to go for the same play, but hope that he doesn't die the way that the other one did. Petro does not have radar, so if he gets this shot, if he doesn't have deleted torp tubes, uh-oh. I think his torp tubes got deleted, ladies and gentlemen. One of them got completely destroyed, and he knows that's over. He drops off the one set, but losing one of the 2 torps tubes right there, which we could see, is just going to be the doom for him. And the torps are going to only 2-hit 2. Maybe if he'd hit all of them, it would have been enough, but he didn't. And that, ladies and gentlemen, feels like we're going to a game 3 right there. Still more than 11 minutes left, but with a 120,000 health lead and a 680 to 342 point lead, I'm not liking Throw's chances of coming back against the Suri lead right now. I'm not liking them at all. Napoli torps aren't going to hit that Kremlin. Napoli working on the Venezia. Napoli spotted right now. Going to take A, so that will give them a slight advantage up there. At least the points lead is, while it's still growing, it's growing slower. But, man. I think that Moskva position, I said it at the start of the game. Putting a Moskva in that position, any ship in that position, I feel like it always dies. And the Napoli of Exot is looking liable to take torps. He's drifting, he finds the Venezia. Decent chunk of sap out onto him. Napoli will dodge, he'll heal, and now he gets to return fire into the Venezia. And remember, Venezia doesn't get HE. Sap or AP, if you haven't seen one in a while. And so as the Napoli starts to go forward here, he's got to look for the shots. And here comes the AP onto the Petro. Not a bad shot, but honestly, Throw loses their battleship, ladies and gentlemen. That's 4-1. It's 8-10 to 320. We're going to game 3 at this point. There's no other way about it. We're going to game 3. Jubsy being spotted, being spammed by the Harugamo. Des Moines about to come out and spam him as well. He'll try to get dark, but with 25 seconds left, that's 5 Des Moines salvos that he has to try to dodge. And there's one right there, 3,900. Down to 3,700. He's going to get bopped quite possibly by his own... and the Napoli goes down. He gets bopped by his own Des Moines. And ladies and gentlemen, Throw knows this game's over. You can see the charge-in happening here. The Marceau down to 1,000. Last salvo out. This should be the kill. 91, 13, dead to the fire. That's 6-1 on ships and 950 points. And Surya is not going gentle into that good night. They have put up a statement win here in game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And they want that last spot at next weekend's table. They absolutely want that last spot at next weekend's table. Ragnar of Lydum, down to 7,800, continuing to spam. 15 seconds until the victory, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to see the side of Surrey take this game. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And your winners of game 2, ladies and gentlemen, is the team of SURI4. Tying up this series at 1-1. We're going to game 3, ladies and gentlemen.